Howdy, y'all. Boone Hardaway again. If you've known me for a couple years, you'd know that a lot of the things that I've believed in the past, I disagree with now. I've kind of done a 180 in a lot of ways. Um, One of those ways is I used to be a supporter of the death penalty. Granted, this was pre 7th, 8th grade me when I was very stupid quite often, and I didn't do a lot of research into things, but the way I always saw it was there's people who have done things that are absolutely horrible. But in the past couple of years and now and hopefully in the future, I think that that's I don't think that that's good. I think everyone's redeemable. And I think that's supported by Christian standards. I've mentioned before that I absolutely love the Star Wars franchise. I think it's fantastic and has a lot of absolutely great messages. One of my favorites in the original trilogy of the movies is that even the worst people in the galaxy, granted, I don't think there's anyone else in this galaxy. Um, if they show up and say hi, I'll believe them. But that no one is irredeemable. Someone may be one of the worst people to have ever lived, but I think by Christian standards, we should still give them a chance to redeem themselves. Isn't that kind of the point? Repent and be baptized? I mean, when you take a look at Saul/Paul, they were both completely different people, even though they're the same person. I guess there's a big difference between S and P or something, I'm not quite sure. But, Saul was a huge, huge deal. Killed so many people, so many Christians, very avid in the Jewish lifestyle, and was quite high up in the social hierarchy, was a successful dude. He changed because he was also an absolutely horrible dude. Then you switch to Paul, someone who was trying to save the lives, preach the word, do what he had been doing wrong, do it right. I don't have a lot to speak about today, but I feel like too often we assume someone's too far gone for redemption. And I really don't think that that anyone can be too far gone for redemption. I mean, we hear about it all the time in a prison ministry. All the time someone's being baptized there and repenting and changing their way of life. That's a good thing. That's a great thing. That's amazing. That's a miracle, a blessing, whatever you want to call it. It's good. But far too often we still hold the belief that some people are just too bad. Some people are horrible and they're never going to not be horrible. I just think that's something we need to change. I struggle with it too. There are people that I despise, and even if they did a heel face turn, I don't know the phrase here. Yeah, that was bad. But even if they made a 180 turn, they changed their ways and became a good person, there's still people I would struggle to give a chance, and that's not good. And we all struggle with that, but we need to try. We need to try to do what's right. We need to try to forgive. It's not easy. It's not fun. But we don't need to, if we're not forgiving, if we're not giving someone a chance to redeem themselves, are we Christians? It doesn't sound like it. So that's just some thoughts to think about, that we should be giving people chances. Second, third, fourth chances. That doesn't mean you have to let them fool you again. Just because you forgive someone doesn't mean you have to trust them. Just because you don't trust someone doesn't mean that you still despise them. But we need to work harder on just forgiving and just generally doing a better job of giving people a second chance or another chance. Redemption's possible for those who try. far too often we pretend it's not. That's all I've got to say, so I'll see y'all next time.